Let's be real here. In the face of our favorite ice cream, bubble tea, or plate of donuts, we all lose our self-control to indulge ourselves in momentary bliss. Giving into our cravings isn't a bad thing. Sort of. We need to enjoy the little things in life, and that little thing might just be a chocolate chip cookie. That's what I say to myself every day. But I knew something had to change when I started gaining weight and I couldn't stop the cravings. It was scary to me because I thought, what if it gets worse and I might never stop? Research has shown that the best way to control yourself enough to only have sugar in moderation is by staying away from it entirely for a set period. So I challenged myself to cut all sources of added sugar for 30 days. Watch till the end as I go over my life-changing experience and tell you what you can expect to happen if you quit sugar for 30 days. Everyone can agree that consuming too much sugar can be detrimental to your overall health. Excessive sugar consumption is linked to an increased risk of obesity, fatty liver, type 2 diabetes, and heart disease. Not only that, but studies have shown that sugar can be addicting to a certain extent. During the first days of this challenge, I learned I was indeed addicted to sugar because of having some sort of detox phase, where I had headaches throughout the days and was easily irritated. Not to mention, I developed strong sugar cravings, which almost led me to fail the challenge entirely. I felt really disappointed in myself, but I had a moment of relief. It relieved me that I did this challenge earlier than later. According to research, this kind of behavior results from the effect that sugar has on our brains. It feels good to consume sugar because it activates the pleasure and reward center of our brain, which stimulates the release of dopamine. During this process, we are in a state of being high, but not as intense as other medical drugs. But since you've conditioned your brain to a mild state of high, halting sugar intake leads to intense sugar cravings because your body isn't used to the absence of sugar. So if you plan to quit sugar, keep in mind that you'll probably have the same experience as I have, which disappeared after a few days. 1 week passed by and I honestly felt better. The sugar cravings weren't as intense anymore and I valued what I eat even more. You'd be surprised at how much money you can save cutting added sugar in your daily food intake. And you'd be disgusted at how much sugar food companies add to their products. I probably save around $75 each week, and you might save even more. There's a reason food companies put a lot of added sugar in their products. Their products will taste good, thus people would want to buy it again. It's simple marketing, but sadly, it's not good for us. So what was my diet like? During the 30-day challenge, I was eating fiber-rich foods like grains, seeds, and green vegetables. I started to enjoy salads, and I didn't leave my chicken breasts and fish for my daily protein intake. What I noticed halfway through the challenge is that I felt like I had more energy than usual. It was a fresh experience for me since every time I felt no energy, I just ate something, usually something sweet, or drank coffee to kickstart my energy. This was the moment I felt healthier. I took the time to understand this phenomenon, and I discovered that our blood sugar levels fluctuate throughout the day. Consuming more added sugar per day increases the fluctuations even more. Thus, sometimes your blood sugar level spikes, causing you to feel like you have a lot of energy, and sometimes the level can drop really low, causing you to feel like you have no energy, or as they call it, a sugar crash. Guess what happens when we experience a sugar crash? Yes, we go and try to elevate it by consuming sugar. It honestly blew my mind. It all made sense to me now. Getting all excited about the benefits of cutting sugar, I decided to learn more. Here's what I've learned. High sugar diets have been linked to type 2 diabetes and insulin resistance. Insulin is a hormone that regulates your blood sugar levels. When your cells become less sensitive to insulin, it eventually causes cell damage and increases your risk of several diseases. Added sugar found in foods and beverages tend to be rich in calories, yet lack important nutrients like protein and fiber. Meaning, the more you consume sugar, the more weight you can gain. The scary part is that sugar intake is associated with elevated levels of visceral fat, the type of fat that sits around your organs. The more visceral fat you have, the higher you are at risk of diseases. Ever since we were kids, we've been told that the more candy we eat, the less teeth we will have. Science backs this, since added sugar intake is strongly linked to an increased risk of cavities and gum diseases. The bacteria in our mouths break down sugar, which produces an acid that damages our teeth. Sadly, 30 days is not enough to get the full benefit that's being listed. You have to go far beyond a month, as I've learned it through experience. The last days of the challenge were a breeze. Surprisingly, during the last night of the challenge, I asked myself, will I go back to my unhealthy diet? Is cutting all added sugar the only thing I can do to get healthy? Those two questions kept me awake until I slept due to being too tired to think. If I want to be truly healthy, I want it to be a lifestyle, not just some 30-day challenge. But don't get me wrong, the 30-day challenge helped me understand how my body personally responds to sugar, and I am blessed to finish such a feat. That is why I want to do something even harder and better. I want to start eating well. Eating a balanced diet does not have to be complicated. I feel like it's never too late to make healthy changes to your diet to help prevent disease, manage your weight, and just simply wanting to feel better. But you ask, what is a balanced diet? A balanced diet can mean different to different people. An American will have a different balanced diet to an Indian due to geographic differences in culture. We are all unique, thus we all have different needs. Generally, a balanced diet means choosing a variety of foods from different food groups: vegetables, fruits, protein, dairy, carbs, and a small quantity of healthy fat. Having a balanced diet also means avoiding sugary drinks and foods with added saturated fat like processed meats, chips, and pastries. Drinking plenty of water to keep hydrated is also part of having a balanced diet, since water helps your body function better. You might have heard it already, but I'll just mention it again just in case you forgot. Eating a balanced diet prevents diseases and infections. When you eat the full range of vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients, you improve your immune system, and your healthy diet may even help prevent diseases like cancer, heart disease, diabetes, and stroke. Additionally, a balanced diet is the only way to control your weight healthily, improve mental health, and have better skin and hair. So all in all, what's the bottom line in all of this? I quit sugar for 30 days and my body felt way better than when I started. But I can do better. The short-term commitment might not be worth it for the long run, since I can just go back to my toxic behavior. To have lasting effects on my body and to get healthier, a long-term commitment is better suited for the task. What's the most shocking revelation you learned from this video? Make sure to share your thoughts down below.